The most important thing to understand is that there are only 4 resources that you have to work with when you're running for public office or you're putting together a campaign. One is time, one is people, one is ideas, and one is money. Those are the only 4 things there are. If you consider a candidate a person, they fall under the people level. When you think about time, every day is important. Every minute of that day is important. How you manage yourself is important. So you want to think about how you utilize time and make sure that you can use it to your own advantage. The third is to encourage other people to be involved in the process. And you want people for 2 different reasons. You want people because they bring an energy to the campaign that is important in the volunteer sense, and because they're excited about the candidate whom they might be working for or who they're talking about. But in addition to that, people will bring the ideas to you as candidates and to you as folks who are doing campaigns and running campaigns to give you additional fodder for what it is that you're talking about on a regular basis. When Newt talked about listen, learn, help, and lead, one of the things that's so fundamentally important about that is learning to listen with an appreciative understanding of what people are actually talking about. What you are trying to do as a candidate as you listen is to try to unlock where they're coming from. Remember that when somebody comes up to you as a candidate and they say, I've really got to talk to you because this is really important and it's really important to me, you have 2 things that are going through your mind. One is, how am I going to answer this person? So you're thinking about what your answer is before you actually hear what it is that they're saying. And the second thing is, how can I get out of this conversation because I want to get to the next person that I need to talk to? I'm discouraging both of those things. What I'm encouraging is that you take the time to actually listen to what the person is saying. And sometimes it's really useful in conversation to say, let me tell you what I think I just heard. Does that capture what it is that you were saying, or have I missed your point? And one of the things that you don't have to agree with them, you don't have to sympathize with them, you don't have to empathize with them, but you do need to understand that for them, what they're saying is true. And how you deal with that in a manner that says, that says to them, here is a person who may not agree with me, but could at least will listen carefully to my concern. Because one of the things that is true about politics and true about campaigns this year more than any is that people don't want to be fooled. They don't want to be tricked into supporting somebody by slick advertising, by excessive money. What they really want is they want to understand that the person that they are perhaps placing their trust in is going to be someone who will listen to them, try to understand what their concern is, and perhaps act on it. I have a fundamental belief about this year particularly because of the age of cynicism that we live in, which is I think people have to like you before they're going to listen to you. And remember as a candidate that people form impressions very rapidly about you. And you're going to be spending a lot of time campaigning on main streets, campaigning door to door, visiting with voters at coffees and house parties and all the opportunities that you have to meet and talk with people and to get yourself better known and well known. And one of the things that they're going to do is they're going to size you up immediately as a candidate. They do that. Voters decide quickly. And unfortunately, they decide a lot based on your appearance. They decide a lot based on what you sound like. And then they decide whether they like the content of what you're saying. So one of the things that you have to do is to try to be the best you that you can every time that you go out, every time that you meet a voter, every time that you meet a potential voter who or a potential supporter, because you want them to have the best impression of you possible Because if they have that good impression, the chances are greater that they will actually listen to what you're saying, listen to your ideas, and be able to make a comprehensive kind of choice about who they're actually going to vote for in the election. And that's how this dialogue or conversation has to take place. So people are an important aspect of the campaign. And then finally, because they bring ideas, and ideas come from ideology, essentially what you believe and what it is that you're going to be about. And then finally, the fourth resource is money, or what I call actually in the book capital. And it really is actually more than money. It is actually the set of ideas that you have. It's actually the people that you bring with you to the campaign, of those that you encourage to be a part of the effort, and those who actually make contributions to your campaign, so that you have some cash money to work with. So you've got those four resources. That's the first thing to think about.